Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dr. Crypto here, and I hope you're all doing well and you've all been surviving this bit of a dip that we've been having. And yeah, seen a lot of this dip happening, and I'm starting to see a lot of people fearing, a lot of people saying this bull market is over. We're not having alt season. Sell everything now. And do you know something? I've heard that I've been through a couple of bull markets, a couple of bear markets in the crypto space, and I hear this every time. Every time we have a bit of a dip, a pullback. It's over. That's it. It's all done. Sell everything. And sometimes the worst things you could do is sell everything while we're still in the bull market. You know, people are saying it's all over, and Bitcoin is still sitting currently, I'm making this video, over $96,000, and it's all over. Yes, the alts have really pulled back. But is this an opportunity to DCA and buy that dip? Obviously, nobody has a crystal ball. We could drop down even further, and that could bring more of an opportunity. But I can tell you this now. The indicators are not showing to me that this bull market is over. We've got so much bullish news next year, 2025. We've got a president of the United States who is pro-crypto, and he's bringing pro-crypto people into the space. So if you're not bullish now and taking opportunities and you just want to panic sell and sell everything, but at the same time you want to make life-changing money for you and your family or whatever, and buy that spanking new car you wanted or that house you wanted, you've got to have a bit of courage. You've got to have a bit of faith. You've also got to look at the technicals and the fundamentals as well. And then nothing's telling me at the moment it's all over. Don't get me wrong, we could crash tomorrow. We don't know. Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. I just look at the technicals. So before I start, smash that like button, give a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. And in this video, I'm going to cover CRO, Bitcoin dominance, and the general crypto market. So let's get into it. So yeah, we can see here on the weekly, it's just a bloodfest. Everything's down 25, 30%. All these DCAing opportunities I just said, I think it personally is. We could also dip down a little bit further. That's a very possibility. So you've always got to be prepared for that. But overall, it's looking like an opportunity. On the daily, it's looking a bit better, a bit more green, slight recovery, nothing great. On the hourly, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some coins are up to, 2%? And a lot of coins are still down, 1.4 to 2% at the moment, So, but what are the coins that I have been holding and I have been DCAing into of recent, and I've always kept a little bit of money to one side back in case we dip even further, and that is obviously CRO. I think it's one of those coins that is really undervalued, and I really do think in 2025 it's going to be the year for CRO. I really do. The roadmap is mind-blowing. It's got everything there. It's got the ETFs, it's got the stable coins, bringing Bitcoin Earn and a lot of other features as well, banking, and it's also bringing back, you can actually trade on the stock markets with their app as well. So there's a lot of things coming out. And don't forget, hopefully we're going to go live in Hong Kong soon. We know we're going to go live in the United States of America because obviously we've got the CEO who just met the President of the United States. How bullish is that? You know, so when you got to zoom out, like I said, nobody's got a crystal ball. You've got to zoom out. You can look at CRO at the moment on the daily. It's just that change sideways. It hasn't really done much. Yes, it went up all the way up to about 23 pence, and then we've retraced back down again. But we've got a lot of support, as I said, around about that 15 pence. Now, if we drop down, we could drop down to about 13 to 12 pence. That's always it could be an option that might happen if Bitcoin pulls back even further. But to me, that is another DCAing opportunity, and that's what I will be doing. So, but like I said, if you look at the 5 minutes or you look at the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, it's going to look absolutely horrid. But if you zoom out, look at the daily, weekly, and monthly, it doesn't look as bad. But like I said, there's always opportunities, and I think there's an opportunity right now. You can agree or disagree, but that's what I'm thinking it now, because I think like 2025 is going to be super bullish for CRO. We can see here we're sitting at 4.14 billion, up to, down 2.49%, 31 million just over in volume. Bearishness is 10%, bullishness 9%. Hasn't really changed at all. We can look what Cecilia has put here. Give Cecilia a follow. She's on X. But you can see what she's put down. Look all what's been going out. Like I mentioned, we've got CEO Chris met with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Crypto Pay has collaborated with ALTCOIN loyalty program. Crypto.com exchange listed Pengu, if you can remember that. Crypto's announces Mohammed Al-Hakim, president of its UAE operations. We know they're expanding a lot over in the UAE. And also we've extended partnerships in 2030 for the F1. And there's lots and lots of other. If you see what they've been doing over this past month or so, it's absolutely phenomenal. And obviously they're always working, striving to get more licenses as well, because they want to be around the world. And that's what they're planning to do. And don't forget, we'll be going fully live into the United States very soon as well. And I'm waiting for that Hong Kong exchange to get that license there as well. So that's all super bullish as well. And we can have a quick look at Bitcoin as well. But we can zoom out on Bitcoin at the moment, and we can look at this on the weekly, and we can see that we had that. I mentioned before, we've had that massive cup and handle here, and that cup and handle broke out, which is giving us roughly a price target around about that $200,000. So we can have a look on here on the SMA as well. We can look at here. We're well above that 20 EMA. We're well above that 20 EMA, well above the 50, and well clear of that 200 as well. So overall, that is looking pretty bullish. The cup and handle, money flow is still coming in. This is what I mean. You've got to look out on the weekly. But if you look out on the daily, we can see here at the moment more short term. We can see here we've lost that 20 EMA, but we've got a lot of support on the 50 EMA. Now, what I want to see Bitcoin do is strive up to that 20 EMA again and reclaim that with continuation to the upside. But obviously, there's always a possibility that we could come down to around about that $90,000 again, and even come down to around about that $86,000. There's always a possibility of that, and obviously altcoins will bleed a lot more if that was the case. Hopefully it's not, but don't forget, every December, you just got to bear in mind, every December, I can see here with these greens, they've all been like 10, 13 and 14% dips. But when you really zoom out, we've had a lot more dips. We can see actually on dips, we can see what Quentin says here. Back in 2016-17, the average drawdown was 37%. 2020 to 2021 was an average of 23%. A 20% to 30% correction will bring Bitcoin down to 75 to 86%, 86,000. Now, obviously, that looks like a lot, and obviously, altcoins will really, really get hammered on that one. But obviously, this is why you should always have a bit of spare liquidity on one side, because what will happen is we'll go down there and we'll grab that liquidity, and hopefully, it will push us back up to the upside. But there's nothing in my eyes at the moment, unless you know something I don't. But I don't see anything which is bearish at the moment. There's no fundamentals which are bearish, like what we had in the last bear market, where we had Celsius collapse, FTX collapse. I don't see anything like that. I see more bullishness happening in terms of having this new administration, which are crypto friendly in, and everything that's happening with CRO and other projects in the crypto industry as well. Everything at the moment is looking fundamentally mega bullish. And he says here, there's also a CME gap at 78,000. It would be extremely healthy and bullish if we revisited these levels to pick up that liquidity. And I agree. And this is why I always say it's always worth having a bit of liquidity, a little bit of funds to one side if we have any of these big dips. For me personally, I always put little gambles down there below. Like with CRO, I've got some around about that 10 pence mark area. I've got some there. And it increments down, you see. So obviously, if we drop down, I can grab some cheap on the way, and I don't have to even think about it and look at the charts every day either. So whatever happens, no need to panic. Enjoy the holidays, a most scarce asset in the lifetime. And he's true on that one, totally true on that one. But also, we can have a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because look what happens, actually. Look, when you look at the Bitcoin dominance as well, look at every Christmas. Look at it. This is around about the 20, if we go around here, this is around about the 26th of December, all the way to about the 23rd of January, and then we broke down. But look at this as well. This happened, this breakdown on the December the 20th, that was on December the 28th. We had a big breakdown with BTC all the way down to around about 39. Could that repeat? It's getting close, because we know on this falling wedge here that we've had the breakdown. We had the breakdown, and we're trying to get back up to that area. And it's looking like resistance. Now we're getting close to that area where we had that drop down, and that takes us all the way up to the 6th of January. Will that happen between now and the 6th of January? Will we get that drop down in Bitcoin dominance? And if that's the case, that is when the altcoins will start to fly up to the upside. That is where we're going to see a lot of gains being made. So keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance, because like I said, the last time it happened, that big drop was back in 2020, December of 2020. It's around about that 28th We hit that resistance. Where did we hit that resistance? We hit that resistance there. It was around about, where is it, 28th of December. That 28th December, that's when we dropped down to the downside. So any time from the 28th up to the 4th or 5th of January could be the time where we see that Bitcoin dominance drop down. Now, obviously, we can't see a crystal ball, so I'm not 100% that's going to happen. But looking at history, it seems to have happened. But also, I'm getting a lot of people saying, oh, the bull market is over. It's all finished. It's all gone. I really don't think so. And that's why I'm buying. Everybody's different. Nobody can see in the crystal ball. But like I said, when you look at the technicals and when you look at what happened in the US with the new president, what a lot of crypto projects are doing, but also we can have a look here. This is the CBBI index. It's sitting at 81%. Now, if we go back down, every time, this has been pretty accurate, every time we've peaked, it's been about 97 to 100. Again, we look at here, 100. Look again here. It was around about 99%. Where are we now? At 83. We are absolutely nowhere near to finishing this bull market at the moment. And look at the pi cycle as well. Look at the SMA 111D against the SMA 350. You know, every time that SMA 11 crossed over the 350 day average, every time it's crossed over, the bear market's in, bear market's in, bear market's in. Again, same thing happened. And look where we are. We are nowhere near. The 111th day moving average is nowhere near the 350 moving average. You can see here, look at that gap between there. So when you look at this, and you also look at the CBBI as well, and you look at what Bitcoin is at the moment, we're nowhere near that bear market, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, we can have a black swan event at any point in time, but everything is so bullish. And when you like panic selling CRO, going back to CRO right now, or Bitcoin or any of the other altcoins, if you're panic selling now, I really personally think you're going to really, really miss out on life-changing gains. Now, I could be wrong, and it's up to you. Nothing I say is financial advice. You do what you want. But for me, personally, if I sell now, I know I'm going to miss out on potentially life-changing gains. It doesn't feel like it when you have these drawdowns. It really doesn't. The market plays on your emotion. That market does not care if you sell. If you sell and it pumps up, it ain't going to go crying, oh, sorry, mate, you've missed out, or sorry, lady, you've missed out. It ain't going to do that. It's going to carry on up. We could drop down even further. Market is an emotional roller coaster. It plays on your emotion. And when it dips, it wants you to sell. That's what it does. And then when you all sell and you sold everything and it rockens up to alt season and you're sitting there and thinking, what I had in that wallet would be worth $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, and you've missed it. You know, this is an opportunity, in my opinion. Nothing I say is financial advice. Zoom out. And don't get scared out the market. That's what the market wants you to do. It wants you to see fear and scared, certainty and doubt as well. And you're going to see it on X. You see people say the bull market is over, finished, done, no alt season. Alt season's not going to happen. It's up to you what you want to do. But for me personally, I'm DCAing in. I've got liquidity on the side and I'll buy a little bit more because I think this bull market's still got a long way to go. So I hope this has been helpful. Smash that like button, give us a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.